Hi, so family. I was just about to go to bed and I was reminded that I haven't done a video today. I've been given a lot of notes because I was all laying down. They started coming through. So you could be getting heartburn at this time. I'm not sure if that, I sometimes often get nudges to obviously do the videos. But like I said, they've been niggling at me for me to post this video today because it's very important for some people. Normally it's a person, but this is for people. So the first message is there's so much of the past that will be shown to you at this time. This is for you to transmute the old energies with what you have learned so far. This will open up your new reality. When we let go of how we would have dealt with things before, new doors will open. So this is basically like them saying that, these new situations are going to come up, but before you were on this journey, you would have maybe had certain situations that had come up where it had made you crumble, but now you're starting to see that this is coming up for a reason, and how can I feel about it, what can I do in this situation, how would the old self handle this, but how would you like the new self to handle it. So they're really asking you to do that, to really transmute the energy, because you've come through so far that you have learned so much, you've dealt with so many different situations that now you can see things that come up. So they're asking you to just take this time and really see what you've learned from each instance that you've gone through. Has it made you stronger? Did it make you wiser? In which situation, when it comes up, what was the feeling that you've got afterwards when you've looked back at the situation? How do you feel that you grew from that? You could be seeing 2222. They're saying harmony, balance, alignment to your life. Maintain a positive mindset to manifest abundance and peace, and you're on the right path. They're saying this, whether it's just 2222, 2222. They're asking you to watch out for that, because that's when you're going to start to know that when you've got through the parts that you've been wanting to get through, and all the challenges that you've got through, that's when you're going to start seeing that number. So that's your clarification of this is what's coming in. This is your time, the start of something new. What you do now is very important. Magical events for creativity and work, or home and relationships. Realising your true potential. Study subjects that will shape your future. You have control over your life. You always have time to see how truly magical you are. So just by you putting in these steps, this is where you're going to start seeing how truly, how far you've grown. And by you knowing about how far you've grown is how you're going to then start to feel that you've come a long way. Because this is what they want you to recognise right now, how far you actually have come. Because this time last year, you was in a completely different mindset. This year you've learned so much and you've grown. Sorry about that, I'm coughing. If someone doesn't want to hear what you're saying, they won't, no matter how you say it. If somebody wants to hear what you're saying, doesn't matter how you say it, they will hear you. So the point is, keep going. The ones who need to hear you, they will. So maybe you've come across quite a few situations recently where you've been trying to explain something about your journey. Maybe it doesn't matter what it is to you. What's important to you is the fact that you are getting shown now who are the ones that are actually here to hear you. Because they're the ones who are meant to be on your path right now. The ones who aren't hearing you, they're not meant to be hearing it. They're not meant to be understanding it, because everybody evolves at different levels. And by you discerning who are the ones, because this is what's been shown to you now, the ones that are actually hearing you at this time, they're the ones that are going to be evolving with you. The ones that are not hearing you, it's because they're not meant to hear you right now. You know, maybe they have a different purpose, maybe they're on a different evolution or whatever, you know, the situation is, whatever, how you feel, but it's not about you. You keep going, because the right people, you're attracting the right people now on your path, and you're going to start seeing this and acknowledging it. Because if you're talking to people but they're not listening, it's because you're not meant to be talking to them. Like I say, you are being shown this now, you know, your discernment is truly powerful right now. So the next message is, you have many layers. Sometimes it's easy for others to think that they can come in and sliver in to get to you, to poke at you, to irritate you. But what they don't know is, by doing that, you have a natural, intuitive, psychic gift, an ability to take that irritation and turn it into something amazing for you to turn it into your strong point. You're built through strength that you've learned. So this is again about you now acknowledging how far you've come, and the fact that all the challenges that you've gone through, all the mishaps, all the trials and tribulations that you've gone through have been for you to, you know, strengthen yourself. It's like going to gym. When you first go to gym, we struggle to pick up the weight, and then the more and more that we go, the better that we get at it. And this is what they're saying that's happened with you over time. You have gone through so many challenges that them challenges have strengthened you and given you clarification. They have given you the strength that you've needed all this time. This is your ability to transmute that energy, because that's what they're saying, you're transmuting it. You know, when you open up, you know, because you're going to open up your new reality by the fact of, you know, your doors are opening up because of the challenges that you've gone through, and you've overcome them with grace. You know, you've given them to God. You've been writing them down. You've been talking to yourself and acknowledging, you know, and your heart space has opened up right now. So your ancestors have been waiting for someone with your strength. We are proud of you, because this is it. You have changed the course of your ancestral lineage now. You know, the now moment has now changed in your reality, that the future is going to be amazing because of what you're doing right now. Your ancestors just want you to acknowledge how far you've actually come. And there's going to be days where, you know, something is going to come up, because this is what they're saying, there's going to be past things that are going to come up. But it's for you to transmute that and change it into something amazing, because you've got so far on this journey that you've come out of this just so beautiful, with a lot of grace. You know, you haven't turned bitter with it. I mean, it could have done at some point, but then you gave it to God and everything started to change. You knew that God's within you. God made you within their image. Therefore, you know, you found your balance. They helped you find your balance. Because if God made you within their image, therefore, every time you look into that mirror, God is seeing you through the reflection. So how you see yourself is so important at this time. Because, you know, I see that, you know, how you treat yourself is how you get treated back. You know, it took me a long time to learn that. You know, I always treated myself so poorly and did everything for everyone else, and, you know, and that was my love. That was my way of showing love. But I always felt depleted down the line, and that's because I wasn't showing myself that love and that grace too. So once I started to understand that, you know, you're giving yourself that grace, which you are doing now. You are starting to give yourself that grace and that love. That now this is why your ancestors, and this is why they're so proud of you. The same doors are about to open up for you. Paths are clearing, seeing things in a new light. And this is because you are transmuting this energy. That because when something happened before, like I say, you could have handled it in a way that, because we didn't know any better, you know, we're learning. It's what we're here to do. We're here to learn. And when when you've gone through these lessons, gone through all these heartaches, the betrayals, the brokenness, the wanting people to be there was for you to want to be there for you. And when you now started to understand that, this is why the old doors can close, because they're no longer dragging you in. When you started to see that these things that you've gone through, you've gone in and worked on your inner self, you're going in and you're doing that work, and it's a forever long challenge for the rest of your life. Well, not so much a challenge, it was a challenge to begin with, and then as you go on and you go on, it becomes not so much of a challenge. It's what the phases of the moon are. Each phase of the moon is a different phase of your life. And this is representing you right now, that you've gone through these phases now. And you're coming to a point where you understand these phases, and you've worked on yourself, and you're ready to release all that. And because of you doing that, this is why the doors are opening up. They're saying 3 doors will open up for you today. The door of love, the door of wealth, the door of health. Just say, I accept. Truly believe what you're accepting. It is done, so it is. This is what they want you to be very mindful of at this time. This is your first fresh breath of new chapter. Your inner state, your foundation is brought to light. That is because you are working on your shadows, and like I said, the more and more you work on your shadows, the easier it becomes to let things go when you do get to that point when it comes to it again. Speak up, the right people, light up. So again, like I said, this is all about you now seeing how far that you've come. The fact that the right people are going to hear you when they're meant to. And that's all that matters. And that's all that they're asking you to do right now, because we're in this phases of all the planets coming together now. They've all come together at point 0. That means it's a fresh start. Everything's going. It's everything that's gone is all coming now at the same time. So how you deal with each moment now is what's going to set you free and set you forward. And it's so important at this time that we give ourselves that grace when it does come up, and we don't hurt ourselves again like we've done before. Okay. You wouldn't plant a seed, then dig it up every few minutes to see if it has grown. So why do you keep questioning yourself, your hard work and your decisions? Have patience, stop overthinking, and keep watering your seeds. So yeah, this is about you now not knowing of the outcome that's going to happen, because each day that you put that step in to planting your seeds, to whatever it is that you do in your gardening, you are planting that seed. And like they say, you're not going to keep digging it up to see how far you're going, you're just going to keep moving forward now. And the fact that you're going to keep moving forward and knowing that everything's going to work all right, because what you do in the here and now is going to better the future. So every step that you take right now is what's going to make an impact in your life. And like I said, this is what they want you to be mindful of now, that you've planted the seeds now, you've done the work. Now it's ready to just be mindful on each stage when it comes up, that it's okay that, you now realising that you can do what you're meant to be doing with grace. And this is why I'm saying now your seed that you planted is now going to be your fruition. This is going to be you coming forward with everything. You're coming into harmony, you're coming into balance, you're aligned. You are aligned now in your life. It's just maintaining that positive mindset. And when you keep maintaining that positive mindset, everything's going to work out great. Go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Look at your life in its entirety. Acknowledge any old wounds and then release them. Use what they taught you as added strength. Keep moving forward with a renewed sense of confidence. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is about you now knowing that everything that you've done, everything that you've got through is going to give you the most amazing plant that you've ever experienced, because you planted the seed that time ago. Now it's just keeping a mindfulness, you know, it's like watering your plant, you know, so every time something new comes up, reminding yourself, oh yeah, I've done this, I know, I understand this now, and you know, and just be grateful now that you've got this far. You've worked on your shadow self, or you are working on your shadow self, and the more that you're doing that every day with confidence, knowing that the hard work that you've put in, the blood, sweat and literal tears that's been put in to all your efforts is going to pay off. One more. Thank you. Sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make someone miss you or realise that they took you for granted, but because you finally respected yourself enough for you to deserve better. But yeah, like I said, it might have felt really hard to begin with. You know, you've had to walk away from a lot of people because, like I say, you wasn't being heard, you wasn't in the right situations, you wasn't in the right atmospheres. You know, and you started to know this, and you've been doing a lot of work on this now, and this is now like the same because you've walked away. It's not because you were doing it to hurt people, it's because you were doing it for you to realise that, you know, that these people did take you for granted now, and you now can see that coming. So rather than it destroying you like it used to do before, you're now moving through with grace. But like I say, harmony, balance and alignment's coming into your life. There's doors that are opening up to you now because of all this effort you've put in. Your ancestors are so proud of you. You know, that you've come a very long way. And like I say, you know, keep going. Because you're doing so amazing. Divine light. I am an expression of love. I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. So this, yeah, like I said, this is it. You know, speak up, the right people light up. This is all about you finding your inner light now. This is about you knowing that, you know, you are putting all that effort into yourself now, and there's nothing that can come wrong from that. The more you keep doing that, and challenges keep coming up, because they will, because like I said, this, you know, we're here to learn. So, but the more that we do learn, the easier it becomes along the way. The more challenges and the trials and tribulations that we go through are to build our strength. And you're here now to open up and show people that there's, you know, that there is a new chapter, there's a new foundation that you can build. And a lot of people have seen you destroy, but a lot of people are now seeing, or they're going to see you come out, you know, strong. You are the one here now to show others, you know, this is why your ancestors have been waiting for someone like you with your strength to come along, and you know, because you've gone through moments where you never thought that you'd get through this, but you have. And again, like I say, you've come through with so much grace, so they just want to really emphasise that on how truly amazing you are. I open up my field of light, I cleanse my soul, and I let my angels protect me without rest. This is you now, like I say, you are a channel, you know, and without your voice, the angels, God, creation wouldn't be able to come through to help guide other people if it wasn't for you being able to be the one that steps up right now. And that's what they're really wanting you to know. Yeah, your voice is the gateway in which heaven gets to earth. See yourself as someone worth respecting. Yeah, because you are the bridge between heaven and us. Like I say, you've illuminated yourself now. Like I say, you have built yourself up to a point now. Like I say, you have temples each side of your head. This is your church. This is your temple. And how you treat your temple is how you're treating God. So that's massively what's just been emphasised then, is the fact of, you know, like I said, when you look in the mirror, the reflection, what you see is so important. Give yourself grace, give yourself thanks for how far that you've come on this journey. And again, like I say, I want to leave your ancestors' love with you, because you've done absolutely amazing and they're so proud of you. And I hope you all take care. Thank you. Take care, bye-bye.